Good morning, 4:37. In farm news, you'll be hearing much in the next few days about rust showing up in the grain fields here in the valley. But how do you identify either leaf rust or stripe rust? And how do you tell the difference?
With wheat rust in North Dakota, they usually just get classified as one rust. But there's actually three types of rust that occur in North Dakota: stripe rust, leaf rust, and stem rust. The difference between probably the most common leaf rust and stripe rust is one is color. Stripe rust will have more of a yellow-orange type of lesion. They occur in bands. When you look at leaf rust, it's more of a typical rust lesion. You have the rusty red color, more of one pustule here or there. So color definitely does kind of will separate these two pathogens.
And of course, the next logical question is, after you ID rust in your field, what, if anything, should you do about it?
So when it comes to stripe rust management, one thing is if you have it, you don't have to panic. If you have it, just keep your eye on it. There's a lot of fungicides that go out there with the herbicide application right at tillering, and because of that, you'll probably have some protection early on. What you really want to do is protect that flag leaf. So if it's moving up in the canopy and your flag leaves are emerging, that's what you really want to protect at the end of the day. When it comes to fungicide choice, there's a couple different chemistries. So you have your strobilurin and your triazole type of products. Both work really well when it comes to managing rust, and something that, with scouting and just being diligent on what's occurring in your fields.
Okay. Well, we have saturated soils here, but floodwaters down in Arkansas are damaging farms, businesses, and homes. And the community of Toadsuck is facing the worst flooding they've seen in a quarter century. Reporter Astrid Solerano tells us why Toadsuck is facing waters they haven't seen this high since the 1990s.
All the way from houses to businesses are flooded right now.
When it comes to historic flooding like this, Fred Newt says the damage doesn't discriminate against anyone.
We had about 60 acres of wheat under and about 60 acres of hay pasture under.
David Fontes is the pastor at this Catholic Hispanic church. The congregation has been using sandbags to prevent the rising waters from damaging the church.
No podemos evitar lo que el agua entre.
Fontes says the flooding is inevitable, and despite everything, they're in the hands of God.
I'm standing in about a foot of water, but in some of the areas, it's up to 5 feet above flooding stage, and it's only going to get worse.
That's where the levee height should be raised, and what's happened is there's a low spot in this levee.
A low spot that Senator Jason Rapert, who represents this part of Perry County, says should have been fixed back in 1990.
The Perryville National Guard unit was activated, and they sandbagged this spot as well as spots north of here.
But that was a temporary fix, and now the low spot has caused the problem once again. It's a private levee owned by the county, and the former commission in charge of it no longer exists. Plus, there's no money to fix it. So now farmers, homeowners, and businesses have been affected.
When you have river water that stands, there can be infectious diseases.
Only in 90, only time I've seen it this high.
Well, while farmers down south are battling floods, out west, they are having the opposite problem. A farmer whose asparagus farm was visited just last year by President Obama and was expected to produce over 300,000 pounds of asparagus is now completely destroyed. Why? Well, debilitating drought. Lucero Benitez has this story.
This field would have produced over 300,000 pounds of asparagus.
But instead, it was destroyed this morning, an inevitable decision for Joe Delbosky, who is getting rid of the crops 3 years before their time.
We don't have enough water to carry it from here on.
The lack of water is impacting California in many different ways, and now Delbosky walked through this field seeing and hearing what no farmer wants to: destruction.
It's terrible because it's an economic loss for me, but beyond that, there's going to be a loss of jobs. It takes about 20 people to harvest this field for 2 months.
Only a little over a year ago, he felt excited and optimistic as he walked through his fields with President Barack Obama, showing him firsthand the impact of lack of water on California's ag industry.
We didn't know what he could do, but he's a powerful man. We thought that he could do something, but really didn't do a lot for us in terms of trying to get us water.
For Delbosky, President Obama wasn't able to do much more than provide food assistance for his farm workers.
The food lines don't pay for their kids' school clothes and their rent and car payments. They need work. And work only comes when you have water for growing crops.
Crops that are dependent upon surface water that's captured in reservoirs and brought to farmers, but they haven't been able to get enough water through the Delta.
There isn't much more that we can do. What the government can do is try to be a little bit more efficient at capturing those storm flows that go out to the ocean. Just capture a little bit more of it.
Now Del Bosque is fearful of what's to come, but still hoping for rain.
Del Bosque figures he'll lose between 50 jobs between the two fields that were destroyed. I often say we live in the land of extremes, but to the south extremely wet, to the west extremely dry, and we're kind of in the middle of all that for a change. All right, time's 4:43. We're going to take a break, come back, check the weather for us. It's dry for a couple of days. Some big rain, though, to our south. We'll be right back.